Welcome back. Today, it's all about Dragon Age Origins. Inspired by all of the first-time playthroughs popping up in my YouTube feed, I decided to crank up my Canon Warden and do a full playthrough and answer that burning question, why is this game any good? So let's do this with the old tried and true new criticism formalism approach, focusing only on what's in the game. And don't look now, but that was a real honest-to-God reference to a literary criticism technique. I finally got to use it after all these decades. And now that I got that out of my system, let's start with character creation. And I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, though sometimes you just can't help it when you discuss a story. So what we have is a standard fare, right? Male, female, human, elf, dwarf, fighter, mage, rogue, and a background. And these are just not flavoring. Often, any one of these choices can have a profound or subtle effect on the world around you, who you can romance, who you can't, whether that romance works or not. And these choices can quite often change the dialogue options. Alright, let's get to the good stuff. Practical examples. Let's join a conversation in progress between our female elf mage and Alistair.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. You're not the first to tell me that.
Since the PC's an elf, she gets to refer to him as a human.
I don't suppose you happen to be another mage? Really? You don't look like a mage? That is... I mean... how interesting.
And now you can really fluster Alistair with multiple answers to his observation.
You know, it just occurred to me that there have never been many women in the Grey Wardens. I wonder why that is. True, but if you're here, what does that make you? Ouch.
And now we can kind of back off the insults.
All right, fair enough.
There are more examples in this same conversation, but we got others we can get to, and we don't want to spoil all those cool lines. So now let's look at my human noble in that same conversation.
You're not the first to tell me that.
And an example of the little things count. I'm a human, and I refer to him as a man. Now let's see Alistair's reaction to me saying, I'm not a mage.
I don't suppose you happen to be another mage. Less being yelled at for me then. Though the day is still young. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit. From Highover.
And it's great that Alistair knows I'm from Highover, which my character is from, because he's a noble there, and they make the reference. Very nice. So now let's ease on down the road over to Davith and see what he has to say to our female elf.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be. Not an elf, yet here you are.
And then he gets a little randy.
Oh, I'll watch your back. I'll try to keep my wits about me.
And you guessed it, you get some different lines if you're male.
Me? I was hoping for a comely lass with golden hair and terrible eyesight.
And my warden wasn't at all disappointed that he wasn't interested in his posterior.
I suppose I could do that.
Now let's see what Sir Jory has to say about all this elf business.
I wasn't aware elves could join the Grey Wardens. Those camped in the valley are all human. I did not mean to offend you. Clearly your skills have impressed Duncan.
And as a human noble, we get mention of that.
You have the bearing of a man who knows how to fight. If I may ask, were you a soldier before you came here? Are you a nobleman? I am honored to be in your company, my lord.
And one last example today. The Chantry Priest, next to Sir Jory, will offer you the Maker's Blessing.
Will you accept the Maker's Blessing? I merely pass on the Maker's blessings. He looks kindly on all who will receive him. I'll not discuss politics here. Take your hatred and be gone.
Click on her again, and you really know that you've torqued her drawers.
Out of my sight, heathen. I must perform the Maker's work for those who appreciate it.
But fear not, elves don't have all the fun in this conversation.
Will you accept the Maker's blessing? Then be gone, heathen. That the Grey Wardens accept the likes of you is forever their greatest weakness.
All of these choices in the beginning play a role in what you get to develop as your character, not what you're told your character is or who they are. You're allowed to make these choices. And the best part is the game then reacts to those choices and gives you even more choices. What we've seen here are the choices based off of a few things that you could do in Character Creator. These become far more impactful once you're doing an origin story and you start to really develop the character, and then you get to Ostagar. These feel a whole lot more interesting and weighty when you're at that point. But there's a whole lot more game and a whole lot more to be said about it, and that's all for more videos coming up. So if you like this kind of video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.